Hey, it's live. Oh, we're not sure what I want to show, though. Hey, that's more like it. Alright, hello, and welcome. And it looks like the stream is about 10 seconds behind from where I am right now. That's good to know. Essentially, I just got back from Free Comic Book Day. I say essentially because I've been back home, but boy, it was a long day. It was a long day. I got just a couple of little stories that I want to go over, and I just want to kind of show some of the kinds of things off that happen on Free Comic Book Day. You know what? I'd have so many windows open. Okay, I don't want any of those windows. I want this window. And no, actually, I don't want that window. Yeah, you're looking at one of the bags. I ended up with a bunch of these bags because I went to a bunch of stores. That's funny how that works, right? Maybe not funny, but it's funny, right? Right? There we go. I got some. Wow, Facebook is really hostile if you don't log in. I don't think I ever really realize this. Look at this. This is obnoxious. How do I get rid of that? I have no idea. I don't want to dox myself, so I'm just gonna go to Facebook real quick, cause I got a couple of. Hey, great. Let's make that go away, cause I just wanted this link and I couldn't remember what the address was. So, Free Comic Book Day. Once a year, the comic book industry. The comic book industry. Say that 3 times fast. The comic book industry. The comic book industry. They get together and put out a whole lot of books. The stores do it at cost. I think it costs something like whatever the bare minimum shipping rate is from the not the subscriber, the distributor, Diamond. So it's something like a quarter a book. It's probably a little less than that. It might be like 10 cents a book. But the point is, the store's paying for this. They're paying to give you stuff. And, you know, I buy enough comic books. So, wait, I'm not showing the camera. Hold on. Let's fix that. Let's fix that real quick. Let me cut to this neutral scene. I got to get the chat where I can see it. There we go. Let's go back to Elgato. There it is. Whoops. I want the full screen, not the framed. Yeah. And I got a ton of stuff. Now, of course, I bought a couple of these things, and, you know, I do a lot of business at most of the stores I go to. Let me cut back to my monitor. There we go. So Free Comic Book Day, first Saturday in May every year. There's also Halloween Comic Fest, which seems like a much smaller affair. And you come here and there's like lists of comic books, and I printed out a list from the page, and I missed stuff, and that kind of stunk. Cause let me cut back to. Geez, I'm cutting back and forth, man. See some of the stuff printed behind the logo. So I missed a couple of books. The only one that I cared about that I missed. Well, okay, there was the Star Wars Adventures Droid Hunter ones, which might be kind of cool. I got one of those. Was this Ninja Turtles thing. Look at that. I didn't even see it there. So I missed it. And then I ended up regretting that I missed it. Cut back over here. So anyway, it's just Saturday night. I just wanted to talk a little bit. Where I live, there are 4 stores that I know of in my town that do this stuff. One is Graham Crackers. And I'm going to just kind of pull this up so you can see where the store is. I've said many times I live in Madison, Wisconsin. So it's right here on East Washington Avenue. Let's zoom out a little bit. So, for anybody who doesn't know, Madison, Wisconsin, that's basically a straight shot from the Capitol going out East Washington Avenue. It's about halfway between the Capitol and the Easttown Mall up here. It's kind of a weird place to put a comic store, in my opinion. But the manager there is Sean. In fact, they got a picture of him right here. He looks a little older than that now. He's a character, and he's a great guy to talk to. I have fun talking to him. Like every week, I talk to the man because I'm in there like every Wednesday. If you want some food, man, Little Caesars is right there, and Ella's Deli is no longer there. Sadly, it closed. A local company bought the carousel and stuff, so that lives on. But the Ella's Deli itself is dead. You go to Graham Cracker, you can get 3 comic books for free, just for walking in the door. There's a little more to it, I think. They got some stuff. Oh, and you could order online. I actually did that to get another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book. So I'd have 2. I'm keeping one and I'm giving one away. There's just the ad I wanted. If it works. Yeah, here you go. You can kind of see. Now, like most stores, they have stuff left from last year, and there's lots of books you can get, and it's a good time. It's just a great time to get out, see the store, see some people you might not have seen before, see some people you have seen before. Let's close that. Let's see. So I had a very circuitous path that I took because I did some yard sales in the morning, and then kind of worked my way into town. So I actually I went from yard sales on the west side of town. Actually, I was all the way down in Fitchburg, I think. And then I went into town, and I stopped at the Westfield Comics by the Capitol, which is this one. Not my picture. I found this on Google. I really should take a picture of this place sometime. It's in this little tiny shopping area next to the Capitol. And I do like... Does Bing have maps? Hey, Bing has maps. Anything to avoid giving Google more information about me, right? This store is... Let's see... There's Brearley. Is that it? You're not going to tell me what's around? This looks like the wrong place. Well, I am pro... Oh, it's on Williamson. I'm one corner off. Let's go up here. Where are we looking? There it is. It's in this little shopping area. Door's right here. We might be able to see it better if we go around the side. Can we come over here? There it is. This is a smaller store. They've been pretty nice in there. I've been in there a couple of times. No complaints. But when I did go today, they had CJ Standel there. Let's open up their website for you. Did they talk about the event? There's enough random back issue sale. What might you find? I just wanna... Maybe your blog? Really slow website. Okay. I guess they didn't blog about this. Well, anyway, when I was in Westfield Comics here, CJ Standel was there, and there were 2 artists that I didn't recognize. I didn't talk to them, but I've met CJ Standel before, twice at the other Westfield Comics location. This was the first place I stopped at. Then I went to Graham Cracker Comics, and I actually went to Columbus, Ohio, because there's supposedly used to be a comic book store named Cardinal Comics out there, and I just wanted to see if that guy was still there and still in business, because the internet was kind of confused onto that point, and if he was, I was going to drop like $20 in his store. Try to help him stay open, stay in business, because I like the hobby. Plus, he'd probably have something that I wanted. Yeah, so I went to this Westfield, Graham Cracker, so I actually took a... Can I get out of this mode? Can I just... Yeah, here we go. So I actually went from here all the way to here. And then I came back. It's a totally ridiculous path to take. But while I was at the Westfield here on Williamson Street, where's Williamson and Brearley? Right one? I think this is the right intersection. Yeah, it is. So while I was here, I met a guy coming out as I was coming in as I was coming out, and he's an older guy, and he was talking about when he was a kid. So he was like, "Hey, did you leave me any?" He said something like, "Did you leave me any good books or something like that?" And I joked, "I think I got plenty of books in there, man." He's like, "Oh yeah. What do they got? Like, I can just get one, right?" I'm like, "No, you can get you can get several. There's somebody in the door that'll help you out there." Anyway, he told me a story about when he was a kid. His mom would give him like 2 quarters to take to church, to tithe, and he'd only tithe one of them. He'd take the other one to a little corner store, and he told me what street that store was on. It was somewhere here in Madison, on this side of the Capitol, and he'd take that quarter and he'd buy a comic book. So he used to read Daredevil. I've never really heard of somebody that was into Daredevil back in like the 60s, So that was definitely a cool thing to bump into him. Bumping into CJ Standlin talking again. I had to apologize to the man because I couldn't bring myself to finish reading Rebirth of the Gangster 2. Not yet, anyway. It was too much for me. There's a scene in here, not that far in, where the main character, or not the main character, but one of the characters goes to a Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, and someone offers her a cigarette, and I got to that point and I'm like, this is going to end badly. You have people with addictive personalities joking about being addicted. Things are going to go bad. And then we ended up talking about like Walking Dead and stuff like that. So it was a good experience. He seems like a nice enough guy. I'm sure he and I disagree on a lot of things, but here's the thing. We both like comics, we both like storytelling, we both like this medium, so you can get along with people if you have something in common, and we definitely have that in common. See, after that, I came back to Capitol Comics, which is right here next to Trader Joe's. It's in this... Oh, I was going to say it's in this building. It's apparently this building. I remember I looked at Google Street View for a picture of this place, and it was, it was actually their under construction look. It does not look like this anymore. This is a picture from before they did their renovations last year. They have a much nicer... Is that the old one? Yeah, that's the old door. They have a much nicer door now. It's much better lit inside. When I was there for Halloween Comic Fest, it was much more spacious. They've kind of let it clutter up again. We'll talk about that some more in a second. The guys that run that place are kind of characters. I bought... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's just talk about it right now. Why not? Why not? There's no time like the present. I bought... I was going to look for volumes of Priest, because I got to finish collecting Priest one day. I really like that manhwa. And anyway, I was looking at the manga, right? And I saw this. OG. Like, this is as old school as it gets for Golgo, man. This is dope. This is from the mid-'80s. Cover price is $7. The one guy gave it to another guy, and he was like, what's this go for? Probably cover price. The guy's like $15. So I ended up paying $15 for it. Whatever. They didn't give me a receipt. Maybe I should be worried about the lack of receipt. But I like the people that work there. Those two guys. They gave me a great dining recommendation. That is the goofiest thing to judge a store on, but it's true. They gave me a great dining recommendation one time. North-South on Mineral Point Road. Pretty good food. Anyway, I got this there, and I got a couple of books. We'll look at the free books here in a bit. Oh yeah, while I was at Westfield, downtown, or Westfield East Side, I guess I should say, I got Year of the Villain, and which cost me $0.25. I'm a big spender, and I got this Gogor, which was on my list, but I didn't see when I was out at Graham Crackers. I flipped through it. It looks okay. Anyway, this is stuff I bought. If you're going to go get stuff for free, you should probably be nice and buy some stuff from these people, too. They're trying to make a living. And finally, let me click that. And let's get out of this. Oh, this is actually a really neat neighborhood, too. Let me see. This store... let's move up this way. This store sells hi-fi systems, so you'll get like nice turntables and stuff. And then this is supposedly one of my colleagues says this is an absolutely fantastic record store. So if that's your jam, go for it. Plus Trader Joe's is right there. And today there's a little used bookstore right up here, and I went in it. It wasn't like amazing, but it was certainly. It's in this building. I don't see the name here. It must be kind of recent. Must be kind of recent. I think that's the right building for it. Let's look and make sure that it's not here. No, that's a restaurant. Yeah, it's definitely in this building now. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a neat little bookstore. Kind of uppity, kind of trendy, if that's your jam. Of course, Trader Joe's is Trader Joe's. If you've ever been in one, you know what to expect. If you haven't been, you don't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect until I went in. Okay, and the last stop of the day was Westfield Comics. Here's the mall. So Westfield Comics is right here next to Planet Fitness. Let's go to D'Onofrio Drive. Right there, see that little smudgy sign? That's Westfield Comics. On the west side. This location is a very friendly location. If you've never been to a comic book store before, and you're just wanting to go in and maybe buy a present for somebody, that's the store to go to. They're super friendly, very helpful. The store is very casual and relaxed. Each store has a very different culture from the other stores. Westfield, on the east side of the Capitol, it's kind of cramped, you know? And that gives the space a sense of tension, at least in my opinion. I've only been in there a few times. This one is very casual. It's open. You know, I've talked to the staff multiple times. Pretty good people. Graham Cracker Comics is definitely a place you want to go to if you're looking for back issues. They got bins for days in there. And Capital City Comics, I think they have everything. I really do. That Golgo volume I bought. He was like, yeah, we just found that in a box the other day and put it out there. It's like, they don't even know what they have. They have so much stuff. Which is a feat. That's incredible. So that's the 4 stores I went to for Free Comic Book Day. And I'm doing this because I want people that live in Madison to experience some of this kind of stuff. There's no reason, if you like comic books or any kind of entertainment like this, that you shouldn't go. You absolutely should. You should go. I was just talking to somebody real quick. Let's see. We might as well look at some comic books. I'm going to go ahead and get this bag out of the way so I don't crinkle a bunch. They did give me a little sticker today. I am going to put that in my comic book notebook. Because everybody should have a comic book notebook. I haven't even written down everything I've gotten today. But this is going on the page for New Comic Book Day. You can see I haven't written anything on it. I've got stuff written for next Wednesday on the next page. We're just gonna... Oh, it's happening. Oh, Beautiful. I know I'm a silly person. Oh, boy, I'll try to remember which stores I got which books from here. Probably going to fail at that, but I'm going to give it a try. All right. Comic Shop News. I'm not really going to spend time on that. Comic Shop News just is what it is, yo. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the book I wanted to get a second one of. The book that I did not see when I was looking at the new Comic Book Day book list that I wanted. So if I can't get a hold of another one of these here soon, I'm going to send this one out. Going to send that one out. Deadly Class Killer Set. I have no idea what to expect, but I know Deadly Class is like a big deal, so I thought it might be interesting to look at. Negative idea about what to expect. They stuck me with a sticker instead of stamping me, man. That's okay. I'm gonna leave all. My belief is when your book acquires something like this, you should leave it on. You should leave it on. It's like cancels in stamp collecting. If anybody out there watching this stream is a philatelist, I think you might have some idea of what I mean. Vampirella, I couldn't resist. Even though Roses for the Dead and Vampirella Dage of Thoris were both kind of letdowns, I couldn't resist. I had no idea what this was. It looked like it had a cool cover. That's a really bold color choice, so I just went with it. And we're lasering. Cool. I dig it. Yeah, you know me. I'm a sucker for Spider-Man. Yeah, I like Spider-Man. And this looked pretty cool. Look at Carnage, man. Dude, look at Carnage. To be continued in Absolute Carnage. How is Absolute Carnage better than Maximum Carnage? We already had that kind of idea. Maximum Carnage was good. Oh, I got the free previews that I missed. Huh. You know what I did miss today? The two True Believer books I didn't get last week because I forgot about them. The Ewok one and whatever the other one was. After I had checked out at Westfield, I saw them on the shelf, and I was like, I guess I'm going to get those Wednesday. True Believer books, like, they stay in stock, man. They order so many of those things because they're cheap. I sure hope they move. I hope they move in huge numbers. Is that something Comic-Con tracks? Hold on. Now I'm curious. Because if Marvel is moving like 10,000 units, and you're making a quarter a unit or something, that adds up. That absolutely will add up over time. Comiccron.com. Show Right Monitor. I want to look at like sales for last month. I'm really bad at using Comiccron, by the way. Seems like you'd order these in reverse chronological and you'd have the newer at the top and the... Seems like. So let's just look at March. I think March had some stuff, right? What am I looking for? True Believers. They only sell 1,000 units? Really? Really? 700? Okay, it's Captain Marvel. Maybe nobody but me cares. Look at this, the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay. That's got me weirded out. Let's look at January here. Because I think they did Conan books for the True Believers. What window am I in? There we go, 17,000. Yeah! Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. They have already paid for these books. Let's break it down a little bit. Let's see. Let's workshop this. Like, this goes for $1 at the retailer. Now, I don't know what the diamond price for these products are. It's probably... When I worked at a bookstore... Oh, I'm not even showing my notepad. When I worked at a bookstore, it was a college bookstore, not a traditional kind of bookstore, the price, our markup on a trade paperback, not a comic one, but like a paperback novel, was we doubled the price. So I'm just going to say distributor price is 50 cents. Now the distributor is going to be taking at least a quarter off of this. So let's say that's 25 cents left over for Marvel. If you're moving 10K units and you're writing off your advertising cost, you're paying another part of Marvel or another part of Marvel is paying for the ads. And I don't know what Marvel would pay for warehousing, but let's say you're doing this. This kind of offsets because you're using the book as an advertisement source for your other products. Your printing costs at the kind of scale they're printing should only be like 10 cents. If it's more than that, they're doing something wrong. They're printing runs of tens of thousands of units for the kind of stuff they're using, kind of paper they have. That's not a lot, or that's a lot, and the printing cost is not going to be a lot because of it. Like those True Believer books, man, if they move enough of them, you get free advertising for your other products. Actually, you get advertising the customer's paying for. You get it's just a good deal all around. I'm not gonna belabor the point. You understand what I'm saying though, and you get free money. You maybe make a dime a book. That's $1,000 in revenue you didn't have before, and all you had to do. Please tell me I have a True Believer book just laying right here somewhere. Oh my gosh, I don't. Really? Really me? Oh, here we go. And all you had to do was pay somebody to take your stock template up there and change the color and apply that to your trade dress. Like, that's it. It's like a $50, $100 of work, and you've made $1,000. When you can get free money, you should always take free money. Now, it may be that the diamond cut is like 66 cents or something, and the shop's only getting like 30 cents off the sale. Still, that's 30 cents the shop didn't have, and it got you in the store, and it maybe got you interested in buying something else. You can't beat that. That's kind of a self-feeding thing. You give it a little gas, it builds up a fire, and the next thing you know, the whole system is going. That's my strict belief. I might be wrong. I should probably talk to Perch about that. He would know, or maybe the former Second Prince, Mr. Gabagool. Like, these guys are Gabagool's not anymore, but they were comic shop owners. They should know some of this stuff. Anyway, I picked up this Robotech book. I thought it kind of looked cool. I haven't really been following the Robotech comics, but man, I really enjoy the Robotech, the Macross anime. And the whole Robotech set made out of the 3 different shows. I also unironically enjoy all that. The Tick, seriously. You knew I had to get this. Yeah, I went for it. Sue me. I got this from last year. I don't think I had it, so I just was like, yeah. I liked both of those series a lot. If you haven't read Dissension War Eternal and you haven't read New Way, you're missing out. This one totally does the prophecy thing. If you haven't seen that movie with Christopher Walken, you're missing out. You should watch that movie. And this one does pretty good take on like cyberpunk kind of themes, adding in Eastern spiritualism and stuff. Great series. I have reviews for every issue of both of these up on the YouTube channel somewhere. You should check them out. See if check one out. Like, see if it interests you. I got this because I thought it would be funny, or at least maybe funny is the wrong word. Amusing, like fun. Oh no, I'm looking at it like I'm looking at the facial expressions. Look at this bottom panel. You know something funny is happening there. Just the mockery going on. Little manga sampler. Why not, right? Could be something cool in there. Might make me want to buy some more of their stuff. Yeah. You knew I was going to get this. You knew right away I was going to be getting this book. Don't lie. Lying is unbecoming of you. You also knew right from the get-go I'd be getting freaking Spawn. Oh my gosh. I was flipping through this, and all I got out of it, I'm looking for the page I want to show. Yeah, this. I was flipping, I opened this up, and I flipped through, and I got to this page, and I was like, man, I really like Spawn. And I'm sorry there's like glare right there in the middle, but I can't do anything about it. Todd's art is just so good. Look at this. Look at all the work that went into the freaking cape, man. Like, those guys that went and founded Image, they were all nuts. One way or another. Todd, oh gosh, I'm going to mispronounce the name, McFarlane, whatever. He's like the nut. So much Philly detail. His Spider-Man, the webbing. Like, in a normal comic book, when a normal artist draws like Spider-Man's webs, this is what it looks like. You put like a little tube, and you draw some lines along it. Oh, there's webbing. Todd McFarlane does it. He starts off, he's got his little tube. He puts some lines this way, then he puts some lines this way, and then he starts like drawing these little noodly bits. And I think I'm rocking the camera while I'm doing this, but you end up with like little noodly bits just everywhere. It's just gorgeous and detailed. It's awesome stuff. I don't know what this was. I thought I'd give it a try. I expect to be disappointed. I'm not buying the current run, but I thought I'd give this a try. Maybe it'll change my mind. I doubt it will. I think there is a current run, or there's about to be. I expect this to just kind of make me shake my head, but I had to give it a try. I want to be wrong about that. Punchline, baby. Mm-hmm. This one's from the Westfield. I got this at the East Westfield, near the Capitol. I got this because I know it's got the WrestleTopia stuff in it. I haven't flipped through it. That was the only reason I picked this up. Invasion from Planet WrestleTopia editor. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't really know what to expect except for that section, which hopefully is kind of cool. I mean, Escape from Planet WrestleTopia. Oh my gosh, is it even in here? I just went through a whole bunch of stuff that was not Invasion from Planet WrestleTopia. Anyway, I like those guys that work on that book, so I got this to kind of show support for that book, if that makes any sense. Oh, there it is. It was right at the beginning, and I flipped right by it. If you haven't watched my reviews of Invasion from Planet WrestleTopia, you probably should, because I have a ton of fun with that book. I get disappointed, and I have a ton of fun with it. It's like a roller coaster of me liking it or not. I feel like they had the same book last year. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. I went with it. Oh no, wait. Vertical Comics from last year was like a sci-fi story, wasn't it? I know somebody that might want this, but I don't know his address, so he's not getting it. Yeah. Avengers plus Savage Avengers. Really? Is it just a preview of the Savage Avengers stuff? I just did a review of Savage Avengers yesterday. I'm even looking at here. Oh, this is like the next issue. Dude. Cool. Oh, they just gave me a free preview of like next month's issue. That's dope. I really enjoyed the first issue a lot. And then they gave me an extra catalog, because you need catalogs, right? I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I got that other one still. It's in a bag. I bagged it to protect it, because I'm a silly person. Alright, well, I'm going to call it a stream here. There's no sense in belaboring a good thing. Brevity is the soul of wit and all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. You have a great day. We talked about a lot of stuff here. Hopefully somebody down the road checks this out and watches it. Otherwise, this was a wasted effort of me attempting to promote local businesses that I like. But I have a good time doing this stuff. You know, I really appreciate the cover of this. That's very Green Lantern. Just, yeah, I'm not going to bother with a real shark. Why the heck is Flash on a hammer? I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to think about this cover anymore. I'm just going to say goodbye. You all take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. And until then, bye-bye.